You're probably asking yourself, who's this William May character? Well, I don't have a problem with introducing myself. Let's get started. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. Well, my name is William May. I'm a real estate agent, and I'm a real estate agent out here in Los Angeles, California. Currently, my office is in Torrance. I've been working here at this office for over 11 years. When I first started, it was Century 21 Amber. Now, a lot of people ask me why I choose Century 21. I had a lot of jobs in my career, and I've been a taxi driver, a courier, owned a school bus company. I just love driving. Driving's in my blood. Ever since I was a kid watching Speed Racer. I love that car, the Mach 5. So I always been wanting to drive. So I love driving. And I especially love driving and previewing properties. But that's another subject. But the reason why I chose Century 21 is I always seen Century 21 signs. And it's like, if you see other brokerage signs, you know, it didn't stand out like Century 21. And it's like they was more like family oriented. So when I decided to get into the business in 2011, I went through all my training, and then I went through a couple Century 21 offices, and I decided on Century 21 Amber Realty. That was over 11 years ago. Now, Century 21 Amber Realty is now Century 21 Union. Now we're unified. So in the beginning, it had over 100 agents. Now we're over 250 agents that sells property statewide. And I'm proud to be with this company, and I love this company. So that's why I'm with Century 21. How did I get interested in real estate? Ever since I was a kid, I think it started in high school. I was up one late night, and I saw Carlton Sheets.
Hello, I'm Carlton Sheets, and I'd like to congratulate you for taking this opportunity to increase your investment knowledge.
And he was like talking about buy property, no money down. And I was like, wow. And I've seen people fix properties and flip them and make money, and how they was helping people. And I always been, interested in that. And my father, he taught me how to be a handyman. So ever since I was younger, I was always working on the house or doing something. So I was, always interested, like, oh yeah, maybe gut a house and rebuild it. And, just homes in general was very exciting to me. And so in the course of years, I was doing different things. I was a courier, taxi driver, started driving the school bus. My brother was already into the school bus industry. He told me what I needed to do. Got licensed. After a couple years, I bought my first bus. Ended up buying 3 buses. 2008, life happened. I was going through a divorce, sold the company to my brother, and I was like, now's the time for me to make a change. And that was 2011, and I sold the company, and I got into real estate, and that was the best decision I could ever make. And 11 years later, I'm remarried. I'm still at Century 21 Union, and I love helping other agents. I wrote several real estate books. I have several real estate courses, but I always trying to evolve. I've grown up in Los Angeles, California. I went to Washington Preparatory High School. I graduated, and to me, it's like the school system didn't teach you how to be successful in life. It was just, well, hey, you need to take these courses, you need to do this so you can get a diploma and have a great day. That didn't make sense to me. My father always taught me, is like, if you want to be successful in life, find a good job where you're working there for 10 or 20 years, and then when you retire, you have a pension or a retirement plan, or get into the military, make that your career, or start your own business, and don't leave your future in someone else's hands. And that's kind of how, like, I always thought of working for somebody else. I was like talking to my father one day. One of my first jobs was working at Burger King, and I came home. I was pissed. He was like, "What's the matter?" I was like, "Oh, I don't like my boss." It's like, "Why you don't like your boss?" "Well, he was telling me to do this, that, and this." "Well, was he disrespectful?" I was like, "No, he was very nice. He was very cool guy. I just don't like nobody telling me what to do." And my father started laughing, and he says, "Well, then hopefully you learn this lesson before a lot of other people learn this lesson years down the line. They're working at a job they hate, but years down the line, they wondering why they're so miserable and never could be happy, because they never took the reins and say, well, hey, this is not for me. I need to do something else." And my father said, probably working a 9 to 5 is not your cup of tea. You're probably an entrepreneurial spirit, and you need to find your own path. And I was like, yeah, because, any job I did, I never did like anybody telling me what to do. I worked for Church's Chicken, different other places. But driving a taxi cab gave me the freedom to do what I want, took the fares I want. A courier, yeah, you kind of have a boss, but I didn't have to answer to nobody. As long as I picked up and dropped off in a timely manner and did what I needed to do, nobody was asking me, where you at, what you doing, all this other stuff. That just got on my nerves. And then, my father, he always took the time to, well, hey, do this, do that. I remember when I was younger, he told me, let's go. I forget what store it was at the time. It was around about the time where I might be aging myself. Zodi's. It was like a Zodi's on Century and Crenshaw back in the day. But when I was younger, he bought me a lawnmower, bags, rakes, got me a big thing of gasoline. And he was like, all right, go around the neighborhood and cut everybody's yard for $10. I don't know about your neighborhood, but where we lived at, they had like a small piece of front yard. That was cool. But the backyard was huge, So I was like, that's a lot of work for $10. He's like, well, you got to perform a business and they have to be affordable, and you get them on the comeback. I was like, comeback? It's like repeat business, because grass always grows, as long as you water it. But the catcher was, I needed to pay him, I forget how much it was, so much money every week or every 2 weeks, or however he set it up. And I was like, why I have to pay you this money? You bought this for me. He was like, it's a business loan. I was like, business what? Business loan. And went right over my head. But I was cutting my neighbor's yards for years and making extra money. And I began having relationships with these people. And it taught me a lot about business, about budgeting my money, interacting with people, how to handle disputes, not to, go off kilter or whatever. And I couldn't go off kilter anyway because I'm a kid and I was taught respect your elders. So if somebody had an issue with my service, I just made it right. And in hindsight, as me being older, it was a lot of times where certain people took advantage of me, but I was naive. I didn't know. But that's the thing. I've learned a lot of things growing up. And so this is like me just giving you a little bit about me. I try to go the extra mile. Since I've been in real estate, I've helped people buy and sell homes. I lean more over to the listing side. It's like when you have a medical problem and you want to go to a specialist, because that specialist is going to know exactly what to do to take care of that problem. And as far as real estate, I see a lot of real estate agents working with sellers, working with buyers, but me going through the coaching and training and really diving into real estate because I just fell in love with it, I've leaned towards being a listing specialist. So I know what you need to do to the house, how long it's going to take for me to sell it, what we need to price it at, all the different questions you have, I have the answers for because I've done it over and over and over again. Now, every transaction is different. Every transaction have different things that come up. But the more transactions you do, the better you get at your craft and help more people. My very first transaction was on Brighton. I just started with Century 21, and Century 21 has an investment team, and they still do even to this day. And so one of the agents was like, hey, I have this property for sale. I'll give you 0.5%. I split the percent. I split the commission with you if you hold open house, just one open house a week. I was like, what? I'm new. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I had a couple open houses a week. Long story short, the listing expired. And if you don't know what an expired listing is when you take a listing, you have that listing for a certain time. Normally, it's 6 months. So after 6 months, the contract expires and you have no more contract. Since this was an investor, he relisted the property and he says, well, hey, let's rebrand this property and get it sold. So I'm going to let you put your sign out there. You be the listing agent and you sell it and we'll still split the commission. I'm like, hey, great. Now I have my sign in front of the yard. I'm door knocking the neighborhood. I'm getting to know the people in the neighborhood, and I get that property sold. But not only that, I got that property sold with a single mother with a few kids that had a Los Angeles subsidized program. I think it was like $30,000 to $50,000 down payment assistance and closing cost. And we closed the deal. Since I had my GMC 1986 Sierra sidestep, you'll probably see a picture right here or right here of it. I had branded with Century 21. I picked up the yard sign, and when I was picking it up, the buyer came out and she's like, are you the listing agent that accepted our offer? I'm like, yes, ma'am. And she was like, thank you. We was trying to get our, we were putting in offers, trying to get it accepted. My agent said you had other offers and you convinced the person to go with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She was crying, I was crying. I really fell in love with real estate after that because I love to help people. And a lot of times when I'm talking to clients, and I already know the questions, what are you going to do to sell my property? How long is it going to be on the market? What I need to do to get it show ready, and how much you charge. I know all those questions, and I'm always prepared for those questions. But one thing I need to get the client to understand is, and you future clients out there, is commission matters. It's like you don't want to, it's like, let me put it to you like this. How many weeks out of the year do you work for your boss for free? Right? Well, with real estate, I'm coming out of my pocket for the advertising, different things to get your property sold, or that, my client's property sold. So I'm investing in them. They don't have to come out of their pocket 1 cent until I provide an offer to them that they accept, and we close escrow and they get their check. So it's like a learning process, when I'm talking to different people about my strategy to get their home sold. And with the way the real estate market is now, depending on when you're seeing this, 3 months ago, interest rates was like 2.75, 3%. Now they're well over 6%, right? How times have changed. And so in the future, maybe real estate prices soften a little bit, but interest rates probably going to still go up a little bit until they level off. And that's what I do. I study the market, I look at the market, and I see statistics and see what happens. And I let my clients know, hey, this is what statistics are telling us that's happening right now, or what's going to happen in real estate. And they appreciate that. So with this introduction into myself, I just wanted to share a little bit of me with you, to let you know that I want to be a resource for everyone out there for real estate. So I'm making a commitment for my real estate business to put out a minimum of 1 video a week, education, to educate buyers and sellers about what they can do to either help them buy or sell a home. And if you have any questions, give me a call, 310-800-1556, or email me, or go to my website and just take a look. And I offer free home evaluations, so that way you can get a guesstimate of what your home is worth. Until I see your home, that's when I can do a more thorough evaluation. But this is not one of those sell you on me videos. It's more like, hey, my name is William. What's your name? How can I help you? This is what I'm going to start providing for my YouTube viewers. And I would really appreciate it if you like this video, comment, let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see in the future. And I'll try to make it happen. This is William May with Century 21 Union. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. And if you need something else to watch, here's a list of my other videos, either right here or right here. You click and you can see more video content. Take care.